Previously on Dumbgeons and Dragons.
Donnie is going to put on his collar of evolution.
Like a magical energy swirls around him and he begins increasing in size and a golden shimmer comes from this energy and he grows to about the size of a human. Holy shit! You got a mirror or something? I can see my beautiful self?
And look at the blue dragon scales that are getting a little bit bigger on the old chest.
They haven't grown much higher towards your neck, but they're beginning to spread down to your side.
Which is nice they haven't grown up, because I like to wear a deep V on occasion, so it's real good that they haven't been creeping up there yet.
I've been noticing you've been trying to get those deep V's, so I've been trying to hold it back.
I appreciate that a lot.
You walk by Leosin's chambers. He smiles a little bit when he sees you, and he says, "Good to see you, my friends. You've dealt with the Misty Forest and the Dragon Council. Everyone is hesitant to move forward until you returned, so thankfully you've returned today." And Lady Laral Silverhand ushers you to sit at some empty chairs at the table there, and she says, "Dear adventurers, it is good to see you back. I guess the more pressing matter, the Dragon Council. Will they help us?"
They will, but they've made demands that will need to be met before they will help.
"We will make sure that arrangements are made to return the items that they are in need of and to make sure all things have been met." The doors to the council chambers burst open. A young squire come rushing in. "I come with news of stopping the cult of the dragon. Welcome to Dumbgeons and Dragons. We are a D&D 5th edition actual play podcast, and I'm your Dungeon Master, Russ Moore, and with me today is Carla Johnson.
Hey, I'm Carla, and I play Nulara Moonbrook.
And also Amy Moore.
And also, I'm Amy Moore. I play Thia Anastasia.
And Tom Laird.
Yeah, that's me. I play Flint Firebeard.
Guys, it's been so long since we've seen each other.
Oh my god,
So long.
I missed you. I don't even know if I can remember what happened in the last episode.
I mean, that's pretty consistent.
Did stuff happen?
I mean, you did step out for part of it, so that's
I had to
legit.
sing some lullabies.
Yep. I get it.
I can't say the word lullaby without thinking of the Chuck Palahniuk book. You guys ever read that?
I have not read that one from him. I've read other stuff from him.
Super creepy. Apparently, there's a lullaby that if you sing it to your kid, they will die in their crib.
Oh, that sounds fucking great.
Right?
Thanks, Chuck.
He's
I think
great
you can say
at
that
those
about a lot
heartwarming
of his
things.
books. You're reading and you're like, oh, Jesus Christ. Thanks, Chuck.
Yeah,
I got that visual now.
Yeah, she was describing one to me as she was reading it, and I was like, this is not for me.
Yeah, oh, it's his collection of, like, gruesome stories, and, like, one dude is, like, at the bottom of the pool and decide to, like, sit on one of the air intake
I
filters.
don't know why
or,
you're
like,
telling. Like, I'm just
jerked
going
off.
to start
Yeah,
talking.
no, just stop telling everything
like-
about
Read the
this.
room, Amy. Read the room.
I can't even watch a trailer to a scary movie, so I'm not sure why you're trying to tell me horror stories on our podcast.
I'm sorry. Well, it's not really a horror story. I'm sorry.
I already told them.
No, it sounded like it was a horror story.
Well,
so.
no, he's... Okay.
Yeah, so,
I think the last book of his I read was Choke, and
that's
I
a
was
good
like,
one.
I'm just going to stop reading him for a while.
Really?
I saw the movie.
Oh, man.
Like, it was a good book and everything, but it was just a lot.
I read a
It's
lot of his stuff. I'm a sick and twisted individual. But Chuck, if you want to come on the podcast, you just let us know.
Yeah, 3 of us won't be there.
Well, I'm sure he's a nice
I'm
guy,
sure, yeah.
I
but
like some of his books. I just thought Amy was
Yeah.
like going to start telling like scary stories
she
to tell
sure
to tell
sounded
in the
like she was
dark,
scary.
and I
No,
am
it's
No,
just
not
it wasn't
interested.
scary. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
He got his
that's also a form of scary.
insides ripped out through his butthole.
Oh, God, Amy.
I had to say it.
You didn't have to say anything.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I don't think you did have to.
I
You know,
did.
you know where you won't get your insides ripped out through your butthole?
Patreon?
Patreon.com/dumbdragon.
I think that might be the best segue ever.
If you're a patron of ours, we
Apologize.
apologize.
First
Yep,
and
sorry.
foremost.
Sorry.
If you even just listen to us casually, we apologize.
Still sorry.
Still sorry. But if you are a patron of us, you get an episode dedicated to you. And today, this episode is dedicated to Blaine Covert.
Blaine.
Thanks, Blaine.
Blaine, you rock.
Do you know
do
why
rock.
Blaine rocks? Because Blaine is an artist, and he is going to draw up some character stuff.
Whoa, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I've heard he mentioned that, yeah.
Yeah, he said it on Facebook, so I assume that it's a legally binding kind of thing now.
I think
and
so.
I'm expecting
Yeah, no, 100%. That's how the internet works.
Every time he says he posts something, I go to it and it's not a picture, and I'm like, oh, not this time.
Blaine, just never post it. Send it to me directly, so me, Tom, and Carla can see it. But just keep posting random things to Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to do the one where Carla's dying and Grancis roundhouse kicks her spirit back into her body, and I think that would be an awesome graphic.
Would be.
Would be.
If you do that, Blaine, you're fantastic. If you're not, you're still fantastic.
Still fantastic.
Because life is busy.
Oh, that's true.
You know what else is fantastic? That Facebook group. You're not in that Facebook
Oh, yeah,
group.
things are things are getting good in there.
It's real fun. People post pictures of pets and funny jokes, and also just talk about D&D and just life. It's fun.
Yeah, it's great.
It's a great time. If you want to join that Facebook group, we've got it up on our website as well, dumbgeons.com, or it'll be in the show notes as well. So there's lots of ways to join us and do lots of cool things and fun things.
We make it really easy.
We try and make it easy and fun. And I mean, once it kind of gets set up, then it's everybody else making it fun. And I mean, we're just there
Having fun.
We're just there.
You know what else is fun? PopCultureWars.com.
That place is fun.
They're supporters of ours, and they've got lots of awesome, cool pop culture merchandise on their website. That's Pop Culture Wars with a Z or a Z. Which, if you go on our Facebook group, there's a Z or a Z monster that Ty made up for us.
Yes.
So thank you, Ty.
Super awesome.
Can't wait to fight that thing.
I gotta figure it out. That's my job, though. But yeah, if you go to popculturewars.com right now, use the promo code DumbDragon at checkout. You can get lots of cool shirts. They've got some Deadpool stuff, nice Doctor Who thing going on there, Star Wars. All great shirts, leggings, and hoodies. They've even got Afterpay set up. Do you guys know what Afterpay is?
Because I don't know what that is.
No
Sounds science fiction-y. Tell me more.
Right? Afterpay, you go on and you go through your checkout thing, and then I think you click you want to use Afterpay, and then it sets it up on like a payment schedule. So they ship you your stuff, and then you just pay it off over the next little, few weeks. I don't know the exact date. I think it's 3 or 4 weeks. And you get your stuff. You don't have to worry about like a huge lump payment. So you can get like a bunch of shirts and a bunch of stuff and just slowly pay that off. Really cool.
That's super cool.
That is awesome.
I didn't know that was a thing.
That saves on shipping big time.
It does. Yeah.
Even though they ship free for under 5 pounds.
5 kilograms.
5 kilograms.
5 kilograms.
So if you see a bunch of stuff you want at the same time.
Get a whole bunch.
Yeah.
Afterpay it. Shipped for free to the US, Canada, UK, Australia, and New Zealand. Got them all. 5 kilograms or 11 pounds, whichever comes first. They're both the same. So you get those shipped free, and then you just pay it off slowly. Get a whole bunch of cool new merchandise, attire, wardrobe, things.
Mm-hmm.
Pop Culture Wars.
Clothes.
ZRZ.com. Promo code DumbDragon. All uppercase. Got it. Fuck it, guys. Let's play D&D.
Yeah.
Woo! So you guys are in the council session, and a darling squire has just barged through the door and said something to the effect of, this letter contains the be-all, end-all of ending the cult of the dragon. I don't know if that's exactly what he said, but more or less that's what it is.
It was just such a long time ago. Just exactly what he said.
So long ago. So long time. And everybody obviously turns and looks at this man who's come through, and Lady Silverhand beckons him over and takes a look at the letter and opens up and reads it, and says, well, that's interesting. And hands it to you.
Then she quietly leaves the room and takes the letter with her, and we never find out what it says.
This is a teleportation scroll to another world, and I will be taking it by myself.
She reads it, pulls out a match, lights it on fire, no!
See you later, bitches.
And nobody else needs to know that. She rips off her clothes to reveal a purple cloak underneath, because she was part of the cult the whole time.
What? I couldn't write that good. No, she hands you the letter. Yeah, I guess you all kind of crowd around the letter. And you read it, and it says, It's
hear ye, hear ye.
It's hastily scribbled. It says, "You don't know me, but we can help each other immeasurably. My name is Iskander, and I made a terrible mistake in joining the Cult of the Dragon. The cult's horrifying plans are sure to bring doom to all, but I can stop those plans with your help. Rescue me from the cult's clutches, and I will deliver to you the prize of prizes, the Blue Dragon Mask. Without it, Severin faces an insurmountable setback in his effort to call Tiamat back to our world. The mask is here, in Zonthal's tower, being studied and guarded by only a handful of wizards, including myself. The danger of my treason becoming known grows with every passing day, and if I'm discovered, I'll surely be killed. Please hurry, for the sake of everyone and everything you value." And that's the end of the note.
Wow,
Thea is immediately like, sounds like a trap.
Oh, 100%. But do we have any other leads to go with?
No, but I feel like before we get into this, you all have a succubus problem, FYI, making people kill themselves and each other. Okay, let's get back to this letter.
Hold on, what?
So you know that there's been mysterious murder-suicides happening.
Yes?
Well, there's been a succubus going around, enchanting people, making them do her crazy shit. She's working for Tiamat, pretty sure. Or for the cult.
We had a run-in with her
And
last
works for
night.
Tiamat. We did. I blinded the bitch.
Huh.
Wasn't enough. She ran scared, so she's still out there. And she says she knows our plans, which is highly unlikely considering
we barely know our plans.
So secret, we don't even know what they are.
Well, that does, I guess, explain how the cult has been able to keep a step ahead of us to this point. So, sorry, you had a run-in with her and dealt with the issue?
We laid a
She
pretty
jumped
good
dimensions.
smackdown on her,
Portals,
but
worlds?
yeah.
Of course.
You know, like they do.
Is that the reason one of our knights is currently in jail?
Yeah, he can probably let himself out now.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we'll talk to him. So she was convincing them to murder themselves or each other.
Yeah. We didn't quite figure out the why of that. Maybe you guys can look into that.
Of course.
While we go on this rescue / trap mission.
All the best rescue missions end in a trap. That's what I hear on the street.
Word.
Lady Silverhand says with the utmost confidence that you totally believe.
Oh yeah. roll for confidence in her street lingo.
That's a 4. That's not
She seems like she's streetwise.
I don't think she's ever seen the street.
Not in a while. I'm an old elf. I haven't seen the street in a long time. Anyways, okay. Well, we have
Russ, what was the tower again? Sorry to interrupt. What was the name of the tower?
Zonthal's Tower. XONTHAL''S.
Thank you.
Silent QTR.
Oh, wow. I'm just shocked it didn't start with a G.
Now, if you recall back to your Varam the White interrogation notes, he mentioned Zonthal's Tower being a stronghold for what was previously the previous iteration of the Cult of the Dragon, which was, all about raising Dracoliches and stuff. And he mentioned 2 names, Jorgen Paul and Iskander were 2 of the names that he mentioned.
Oh.
I remember scoffing at the name Jorgen.
So we've heard of this Iskander person.
So this is a name that should be familiar to you in your dealings with Varam at the very least.
Should we go talk to Varam before we leave?
Varam-a-lam-lama.
Because he's in town, in jail, isn't he?
As far as you know, yeah.
Because he might have some, insight into how to get into this tower without raising a big ruckus.
You know how much we hate a ruckus.
I love a ruckus, but it's not helpful a lot of the times.
And he would know if, I don't know, he might know if Iskander also was someone who seemed to be having doubts.
Okay, let's go talk to Varam.
Well, let's ask Silverhand, is when we question Varam, he mentioned Iskander. Is he still here in jail? Can we speak to him again?
Yes, we can make arrangements for you to continue interrogation of him. Short answer, yes. Sure. Why not?
Also long answer, yes.
Also long answer, you got it.
Stop trying to be so street. It's not who you are.
Trying to be relatable to my new to
the youth.
She holds up the page that she pulled out of her sash and is like, I'm just trying to be part of the club.
Oh god, for a second I thought she literally held up like the squire, like the page.
I'm trying to be like this.
I'm trying to be like this guy right here.
Tell me your secrets. And she's screaming into his face.
Things got weird.
Yeah, right? No, she says, yes, we can definitely arrange for you to speak with Varam and ask him about this. There is one more piece, one more lead, rather. Nobody else can go on except you. And before this young man stormed into the chambers, I was about to bring up the fact that you have been requested by the Wizards of Thay to go to Thay and speak with them, convince them to help us.
I feel like this might be like another one of the Dragon Council things where it seems like the blue mask is a pressing issue. Because if he gets caught, he's going to get murdered. And so the Council of the Thay Wizards may have to wait a few months. They have that kind of time.
Aren't the Wizards of Thay bad guys?
Yes. The Wizards of Thay have been helping, or been known to be helping, the Cult of the Dragon in the rise of Tiamat. But we have been approached by one such wizard. Her name is Nye Ilmich, and she comes directly from the wizards in Thay. And they say, and they give us their word, that the wizards that are helping the Cult of the Dragon are in no way related to the wizards in Thay. In fact, they are exiles of. They position it that if we don't convince them that we are worthy of their help, that we will not succeed in what's to come.
So we get to choose between Trap A or Trap B.
Yeah.
At least we have a choice.
Would you like the squire to decide?
No.
I think that...
Hey, why are you still here?
I don't know. She's still holding me.
She's still yelling in your face.
Slides are dangling.
She's very strong.
I don't know. Let's hash this out, guys. What do you think? I think Amy's right in the fact that one might be more time sensitive than the other, but if these wizards need any sort of time to, like, get all their shit in a row before they help us out, that might be time sensitive too.
Yeah. I think, though, in terms of immediacy, having the blue mask would definitely buy us a lot of time, hopefully, because that's kind of an integral piece. If we have a chance to get an integral piece versus a chance for help to get an integral piece, I say we go for the piece first, because if they murder...
Iskander,
then, I mean, that chance is gone. Whereas we can always plead, please forgive us. We were,
plead the fifth.
We were fighting the Cult of the Dragon. Got here as soon as we could.
What's the location difference, like geography-wise?
And one's super south.
So, Zonthal's Tower, you know to be on the southern edge of the Grey Peak Mountains, which is near-ish to the Serpent Hills. So you're looking at 400 to 500 miles from your current location in Waterdeep. Thay, and this is Lady Silverhand talking, Thay is 2,500 miles to the east.
What'd I say?
You're pretty bang on.
Right?
However, Nye Ilmich has the ability to teleport you to Thay. Now, the concern being you are the only ones to go to Thia. That places you a very long ways away from here.
I don't want to make decisions anymore.
Looks like it is up to the squire.
Even we go to Thia, odd, we go and save.
Well, okay.
It was odd. Just saying.
Odd
It was
you
a
go
19.
Odd you go and save the guy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're right. In that Iskander's note does appear that, people are onto him, whereas you can be teleported in an instant to Thia.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's a whole fuck ton long ways away, so if you go there first and you, for whatever reason, get stranded there, it's hard to get back. Well, I mean, you have a train, but...
Still, 2,500 miles, as I always said. It's still 2,500 miles on a train.
Here's the map you've been working on. It's over here.
Right.
It's not even on the map. It can't even see the map.
It is literally off the map.
Yeah. They've left it off the map for the very reason that you will not be walking there.
Thia pipes up and she says, "This is just my opinion, and although I do believe that having a group of wizards wanting to clear their name and help us would be a tremendous aid in this, I do think Iskander probably doesn't have a lot of time left. And if we are to seize this opportunity of potentially getting the blue dragon mask, I think we would be stupid to pass that up."
I agree. Oh, you're not talking to.
No.
Well, you were there
Lady
too.
Silverhand.
I don't make
Lady
decisions
Silverhand.
with
You were
you, Lady
also part
Silverhand,
of
but
the
I'm happy that you
conversation.
agree.
In that you're standing there holding that poor squire still.
If you
Still
could,
yelling in his
drop
face.
him, that'd be great.
Right, sorry.
It's really
Sorry,
awkward.
Yes. Be along, boy. Thank you.
If we are to be symbols, perhaps a victory in recovering a mask would be a good way to motivate. So I agree. Let's go with trap A.
Flint?
Flint just nods vigorously.
Oh. How vigorously does he nod?
Not like you wouldn't confuse him with someone who's headbanging along to metal, but
Do I have to get,
almost.
teeth chattering sound effects? That's how vigorous?
No, he's not quite that hardcore.
Okay.
Just a lot of beard rustling.
Noise.
Classic
How vigorous do
beard
you
rustling
have to
sound effect.
nod to
Well, he's got a big beard.
rustle your beard?
It doesn't take a lot for that to rustle.
I suppose not.
You need to get him
Find
some
that
beard
Foley
oil for the
sound.
next winter solstice.
Right.
Oh yeah, it
kidding.
gets real
Sounds-
dry in the winter.
Sounding a little crusty.
Ooh,
It's all,
great
the,
keeps.
it's all that egg, bacon, mega bacon sandwich thing that he had, mega bacon
true.
days or whatever.
Well, I was thinking it's probably some leftover, beefy stew or something like that.
Do love
I
that
hope
beefy
it's
stew.
not still beefy stew. That was a long time ago. Will we have an airship or a train, or how can you get us to Zonthal's tower quickly?
Trains do not exist in this world, my dear. But we can definitely arrange an airship. And she points to the window, and you see, fact that you didn't see them before because Russ didn't mention them. There's airships lined all outside, hovering above Waterdeep. And we will send you with as many as you need to get as close as you can to Zonthal's tower.
That's great, because we kind of broke the last one you gave us. Do you have a spare Grancis? We broke that one too.
What do you mean?
Oh God, no one's told them about Grancis? Guys, come on, I go to sing a lullaby. I come back and I have to break the news about Grancis.
Amy, we can't be telling the council about every NPC that dies. That's all we do. God.
Grancis has passed?
Grancis, we were attacked.
For someone who hates Grancis, she sure brings him up a lot.
It's true.
Yeah. Well, because you know what? There is a she's got a soft spot for him, but she would never admit it. Grancis, we were attacked and in the airship. And, well, Grancis did his best and essentially saved all of us in the crash. He was unable to save himself.
Well,
I'm very sorry.
rest his soul. We will take the necessary steps to inform his next of kin and see that his belongings are given to her.
He had family?
He has a daughter, Grancis.
Oh, no! I can't.
Oh, it's amazing and horrible in every way.
Oh, it sparked an anger within me just hearing that name.
But we will take arrangements. I see the look of sadness in your eyes. I wouldn't want to put you through having to go deliver that news.
White hot sadness.
Threw up a little bit.
So, sorry, you are going to Zonthal's tower, and you would like to speak with Varam before you leave still, or?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think that would be prudent.
Of course. The guards here, I believe we are done all news we have, unless more NPCs have died on your side.
I mean,
We never
they
did find out what
definitely
happened
have.
to Gallandon, the upsy-downsy lift machine operator, but
Yeah, that's fair. Might have to go to Silvery Moon for that. Okay, yes, the guards will take you to see Varam. And they do so. They lead you down the corridors, down to the lower levels in this building, and to a single cell where lying on the cot is the good old dwarf Varam the White. Hey there, I'm your Dungeon Master Russ Moore. Thank you so much for joining us for episode 46 of Dumbgeons and Dragons, titled An Interrogation and a Decision. I don't have a lot for you today, so I'll just start by saying a huge thank you to everyone for downloading and listening and supporting the show online by sharing links to episodes that they love and providing wonderful reviews on iTunes, Stitcher, and Podchaser, and anywhere else that you have been letting us know that you care. Really means a whole lot to us and certainly makes our day amazing when a random review pops up or someone joins our Facebook group and has such lovely things to say. And I mean, it feels like a bit of a poor segue, but if you like what we're doing and would like to support us directly, please visit our Patreon page, patreon.com/dumbdragoncast. There you can find a rich community and some awesome people who help make this show better with each episode. Our patrons just helped us purchase new equipment for Tom's setup, including a new microphone and stand that you should start hearing the benefits from around mid-August based on where we are currently recorded to. So, thank you, as always, to our patrons for the support they provide each month and really every day. We have plenty of tiers and rewards to suit any budget, including monthly bonus episodes where we run different games and test different systems, including the one right now we just started up, Fate Core, where we start from the very beginning and learn how to use the system and promptly forget in traditional Dungeons and Dragons fashion, obviously. But again, that's patreon.com/dumbdragoncast. Hope you're able to check it out. And if you aren't able to support us through a monetary pledge, we get that, 100%. If you like what we're doing and want to support the show in other ways, like I mentioned at the beginning there, the best way to do that is share a link to the show and talk about us on social media. We're on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, which is where you can link your friends, family, or anybody else you meet on the internet that you meet and chat with every day. Word of mouth is one of the most fantastic ways to get a show out to the masses, especially podcasts. So thank you for doing that. Speaking of which, all of our social media links can be found at dumbdragons.com. So go check out the website and join, follow, or like where you can today. And big thanks to Syrinscape for some of the amazing atmosphere. Make sure you check them out at Syrinscape.com to bring your games to life. And that's another thing that patrons have helped us get, is Syrinscape. It's a subscription-based sound effects and music library that, because of Patreon donations, have enabled us to add a little extra to each episode, each and every time. Links for everything mentioned today can be found in the description. The next episode will be out next week, August 1st, and next week we are kicking off a new contest in partnership with our good friends at Pop Culture Wars that we think you're really going to love. Let's get back to the episode right now, though, and get some interrogating done. Have a great week. We'll talk soon. You're outside the cell, and the guard knocks at the bars and says, Varam, there's these guys here to see you. Varam sits up and says, oh! It's you guys. Good to see you again. Been wrecking shit for the cult?
doing our best.
As much as we can.
Great. Well, what brings you down here to little old me?
Had a couple questions about, Zonthal's Tower?
Zonthal's Tower? Yeah, you're heading there? What are you heading there for?
Yeah, we got a letter from an Iskandar? Something like that, anyway, and,
Iskander, yeah.
he says he can score us the blue dragon mask if we go and free him. Get him out of there. What do you think? Do you think it sounds like a
You
trap?
seem like the kind of guy. What do you think? Is this a trap?
No, I mean, Iskander was he was more open to questioning what's going on, you know? Like, he wasn't ever a guy who would take things at face value and drink the Kool-Aid, so to speak, just right out of the gate.
Wasn't a yes man, was he?
Yeah, so he and a bunch of other wizards
Was it blue raspberry Kool-Aid? Because that shit's gross.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
That's the one they had going around last time I was out there.
Okay.
Yeah, he and some other wizards at the tower were often put in charge of magical investigations of different artifacts and elements that were going on. So, I mean, if they gave him a mask, why they'd give him a mask? Not entirely sure. Last I heard, they were all at the Well of the Dragons. But that said, it's not unheard of for them to give those sorts of artifacts to that group at that tower. So, I mean, that checks out.
Anything we need to know about this tower? Any kind of insight you can give us that would help us get in there with as little trouble as we can manage?
Well, it's going to be trouble.
Well, yeah, I kind of figured. I said with as little trouble.
Sure, yeah. No, it's, okay, so
Paint me a picture.
it's a tower.
Okay.
It's got like a lovely dragon on top of the tower, a statue of a dragon, not a real dragon, but a statue of a dragon. Big open courtyard. Big open courtyard surrounded by a maze of endless things that are trying to kill you. And then some hills. Some green spots leading away from some mountains.
Okay, so we've got mountains, green spots, hills, mazes of things trying to kill us, tower with a lovely dragon at the top.
Yeah.
Neat.
Could you be more specific about the mazes and things trying to kill us?
I mean, I've never been through the maze before. They have a direct teleportation.
Damn, I thought you
From-
were tunnel system.
No, that would be easy for you to get in there. You just have to find the end of the tunnel. But no, it's like a one-way, two-way transportation from the Well of the Dragons to Zonthal's Tower. So either you got to be in Zonthal's Tower, or you got to be at the Well of the Dragons.
Or you just gotta fly over the maze?
There's this thing called a magical barricade that makes you go through the maze. You can't go over it. You can't go around it. You gotta go
Tunnel
through
under
it. Yeah, I mean, you could if you can dig really good. Yeah, so if you try and go over it, there's this extra dimensional teleportation thing that happens, and the thing disappears. The tower itself, that said. So you have to go into the maze in order to get to the tower. I'd like to say there's a way around it. I mean, you could try and dig, but I have a feeling that if you go over, it's going to be a similar thing going under.
Okay.
Now,
All right.
you said you've never been in the maze, but do you maybe happen to know the path through the maze?
No, it's an ever-rotating, changing animal. They have it set up so that if one person goes in, it's not going to be necessarily the same for the next person or group to go in.
It's wicked like that. Maze Runner?
Oh. Ha! Maze Runner. Wicked.
Because the maze
'Cause
always changes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Death Cure.
Scorch
Yes.
Trials.
Fourth
Okay.
one.
Yeah,
Kill Order.
that other one. Okay. I don't know about you guys, but I mean, the maze sounds super dangerous, but I'm kind of into it.
Oh, I like your attitude, Thea.
All right.
What I'd probably warn you is just make sure you're stocked up and ready to go, because not many people make it out of the maze. So something tells me there's not a lot of downtime in the maze.
Okay. Well,
Thanks,
more
Varam.
good news
Look
from
at that.
Varam.
And no one had to get naked.
No, I was trying to give you as much as I could so nobody got naked. I mean,
I
pancakes.
shoot him a big old wink.
Jeepers creepers. I mean, it's not conjugal visit day, but...
Out of curiosity, what day is conjugal visit day?
Do you position that to the guard?
I was asking you as the DM.
Are we offering... This is quite the prison if Varam's getting conjugal. That's good.
Well, he's in a private cell, too. There's only one.
It's probably a Wednesday.
Okay.
Okay.
What are the days of the week in...
Oh, good question.
Oh, that is a good question.
Yeah, because I'm sure it's not lunar. Like, it's not Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It's not like a Roman calendar thing going on here.
Lundi, Marty, Mecca.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited. This has nothing to do with anything.
I know, but we're learning.
Faerunian standard is a 10-day week.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
So you've got Chonday, Selday, Helmday, Ogday, Mizday, Kelday, Laugh-day, Sunaday, Lee-day, and Shard-day.
Not to be
For-
confused with Shart Day.
No,
which is
Shard.
something
Oh, that is a much different day.
completely
Each
different.
for a different god. I could go through all the gods if you really want to.
No, that's
No,
fine.
that's
I think
fine.
Would you
that's
like
super
would you like
interesting.
the calendar as well, the months as well? Because I could correspond them to the appropriate months. January is hammer. Description: deep winter. February is Alturiac, the claws of cold.
Of course.
March is
Story
Chis,
checks out.
which is of sunsets. April is Tarsak, which is of the storms.
I'm going to refer to, everyone's going to be like, when's your birthday? And I'll be like, it's
Tarsak.
in Tarsak.
It's in Tarsak.
Mine's in the claws of winter, so... what was it? Claws of cold?
February, Alturiac, which is the claws of cold.
Hammer guy myself.
Yeah. May, Myrtle, which is the melting. June, Kythorn, which is the time of flowers. July, Flame Rule, which is summertide. Then we've got August, which is Elysius, which is high sun. September, Eliant, which is the fading. October, Marpenoth, leaf fall. November, Uktar, which is the rotting. December, Night Tall, which is the drawing down. The drawing down.
This is
I find
very
this to be very
Northern Hemisphere centric.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Well, who doesn't like 4 seasons?
Who
There
doesn't
is-
like learning like we
There
just
is
did?
an elven variation of the 10-day.
Oh,
which
God.
I will send to you for your own information.
Oh, it looks like
It's
it's, so
different.
much harder to say.
Well, it's elven. So it's all the elven gods.
Siare, Angare.
Anyway, so that's your calendar update.
And when is
Which is
Conjugal
actually-
Visit Day?
It's a Wednesday. Which there is no Wednesday
There's
because
no
it's a
Wednesday.
10-day.
It's 10 day. What's wrong with you?
Oh, fuck. Well, is there a fuck day?
I think that is every day?
Yeah.
If you're asking
We're gonna say-
Flamekins?
Well, Og Day. Og Day, obviously, is conjugal visit day.
Okay.
Classic Og Day.
Yep. Obviously, because it's the day for Ogma, the god of knowledge.
Oh,
Yep,
I think it would be
that's the one.
Suna Day,
Carnal
the goddess
knowledge.
of beauty and love.
Yeah, well, if I had read them all by that point, that would have been probably a better choice, but I didn't. It's canon now.
It has been established.
So, there's your little bit of the world for this episode.
All right.
I like
Well,
it.
yeah. Thank you, Varam.
And we learned about a place off the map. We're learning so much about
So
Faerun.
much.
This
Oh,
world
there's-
is getting bigger and bigger.
There's so much off the map, guys. So much.
I can show you the world.
All right, so you're good? What else do you need from me? You can get in through the maze. Can't go over, can't go under that I know of.
And have to exit through the maze as well.
No,
Obviously.
you exit through the gift shop.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. Depending on how we're doing, maybe we want to. No, we don't want to go to the.
you probably don't want to go to the Well of the
Dragons.
Dragons after if you make it to the tower, obviously, you're probably going to be beat up a little bit. But I don't know, maybe they have other teleportations. The only one that I know of is the one to the Well of the Dragons. But Iskender, he's a pretty powerful wizard. Maybe he knows another way out.
Maybe he can create another way out.
Maybe. I can neither confirm nor deny.
Cool.
How many people are at that tower? Ballpark.
Less than a ballpark.
Less than a ball. I mean, you're not going to run into... there's some cultists that hang out there. They've got the wizards,
cool
mages.
Okay.
They like to picnic in the death maze.
Yeah. There's a lot of... Because there's wizards and mages, they play around with different, elements and that sort of thing. So you're probably only going to run into a few cultists, but what they can drum up is probably going to be more of your concern.
Okay, but we're not walking into an army.
Oh, no. No, I mean, unless they've added stuff since the last time I was there, but your big hurdle is going to be the maze, and then once you're in there, it's
Those 5 wizards.
the magic folks and what they've got placed around the building to protect themselves.
There's traps, y'all.
Well, this sounds great.
Hey, do we know how the page boy got this letter?
You didn't ask that question.
I'd like to ask before we leave, because it just seems kind of weird if, nothing in, nothing out.
It's a very good question. So
send
let's
it
leave
via
Varam,
pigeon?
see if we can get back to that, I guess we'll go back to the council chamber and see if...
Yeah, you head back up to the council chamber, and some people have filtered out. Lady Silverhand is still there. A couple other members are still there. The boy is not there, but a quick look outside the building, you see him seated on the front steps.
You there, boy. What day is it today?
Dog day.
It's Og Day, I know, because I had sex this morning.
He's probably
Thanks.
like 12.
Thanks, Squire.
Squires are like little boys,
Yeah.
right?
Sorry, what was the question?
How did you get this letter? How did you come to get this? I'm obviously holding the letter because I took it with us.
It was placed before me.
By?
I don't know. I was walking to my home, and it shot out of the bricks in front of me. And then I heard a voice that I couldn't find a person to go with the voice. And it told me to take the letter here to the council. I've been traveling for many, many days to get here.
From where? Where did you come from?
I come from Subar, which is just north, for your own information, just north of Scornubel, which you have been in, and El Turil, if you remember back to the days of old, and the original level 1 adventures that we had.
So, a magic letter.
It shot out
okay.
from a
I mean-
brick. This voice in your head, was it a woman?
It was a man. He sounded panicked and rushed.
That was probably Iskander.
Well, it doesn't seem like less or more of a trap now than it did before, so...
No. I was just hoping that maybe if it came from a specific place, we might be able to, I don't know, get through that way, something. I don't know. It just seemed like a good thing to know. Thank you, boy.
Of course.
Go along your way.
Thank you. He stays seated in the
Right,
place
because
where
you
he
were
was
here to
sitting.
begin with. Yeah, that's fine. You've been traveling for a long time. You take a break.
I said go on your way, boy.
Walks 10 paces and sits on the side.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, well, should we hop on this giant owl that is already waiting for us and, go a long way?
Or we could take an airship.
Oh, right, airship. That's a good option.
Because I'm not entirely sure how long it would take on an owl.
And that's a return option where the owl might not be.
Yes, absolutely.
So you're going to where the airships are
Parked?
moored? Yeah.
Yeah.
They just kind of roam free range.
Is there anything you guys want to do before you do that?
I don't know. I think I'm okay. How about you guys?
I seem to be good, I think. I'm trying to think if there's anyone else that we should see.
I think it's time to do what we do best. Walk into a trap.
Wait, should we bring Flammikins and Thaddeus with us?
Yes, probably. More the merrier. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
I think so. Nulara?
I guess out of game rush, should we? This is more a question for you.
I mean, you're more than welcome to. I was just going with what you guys were telling me to do.
Straight up, I think that we almost died, and some of us did die a couple of times.
With their help last time?
Their help.
Yeah.
I think having a wizard and a fucked up little goblin is probably probably just good to have. Just,
Yeah, let's go get them and see if they want to come.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because maybe Flamikins is ready to hit the open
Get on a boat.
seas.
Yeah. And maybe Thaddeus needs to deal with those grungs. Who knows? But let's
Might just say no.
Sure.
let's go see them and ask.
So who do you try and go get first?
Flammikins.
All right, so you head back to your chambers and where you were staying, and you knock on her door, and there is no answer there.
I knock a little harder because she drank hardest out of all of us, and I bet she's still sleeping.
Yeah, you knock, and there's still no answer.
Can I try the handle?
Yeah, it's unlocked.
Ooh, I look in.
It doesn't appear that she is in there.
Is there stuff in there?
She didn't have much stuff to begin with, but no, doesn't look like there's a bag or anything.
Bitch left without saying goodbye.
Well, she did want to get back on the open seas,
I guess so.
but
I'm gonna miss that little pervert.
I know. Okay, I guess let's try Thaddeus.
Yeah, you know where he told you where he lived. Whether you remember that or not is I guess up to you guys. Maybe roll for remembering.
12.
Okay. 15.
2.
Yeah, Nulara and Thia, you remember whereabouts he lives, and you get to his place and knock on the door, and it takes a little while, a couple knocks, and you hear stumbling from inside, and he opens the door and says, "Oh, hi. What's is it go time?"
It's go time for us. Are you gonna come with us?
Yeah. I mean,
Whoa. Do you want to know what
yeah.
you're in for first?
Sure. What do you got?
We've got a bunch of wizards. We've got
Cool.
Evil
a
maze
maze
to kill us.
full of things that want to kill us.
Uh-huh.
So almost certain death, but some adventure along the way.
And hopefully a blue dragon mask at the end.
All right. Yeah. Let me grab my bag. Let's do this.
Is he drunk? I'm gonna roll perception. 18.
He looks intoxicated in some way, shape, or form, but
It's not like he has to fly the damn ship.
No.
Okay, that's fine.
no, he was wearing kind of. You see him tuck
It was a
back
bathrobe, wasn't
into
it?
his
He was
room,
in a bathrobe.
and he comes back out, and he's got like adventuring clothes on, but he has put on his robe, and he's like, "I'm not going and not being comfortable."
Oh, is this the fancy gold robe?
Yeah.
I just worried I'll take
And he slings his bag over, and can't forget my frogs. He pats his bag. All right. He locks up his door and says, "Lead the way. Where are we going? Got an owl or something?"
We're doing airships.
Oh, fuck. You're in an airship again? Okay, don't crash it this time. And you guys head back to where the airships are moored, and you see someone who looks like they're in charge, kind of a higher up airship captain.
Excuse me, Captain.
Yeah.
We need your finest air vessel.
You hear a voice from up in one of the airships, and she goes, "Fuck yeah, bud! Let's go get some shit done!"
Yay!
I'm an air pirate now!
Have we ever mentioned the Fae before, Russ? Have they come up at all?
Didn't they wreck, like, didn't this have to do with the lizard people, the frogs?
So,
The-
yes. Yeah, everybody roll for what notes you might have rolling down. Down.
16.
14.
You hadn't rolled dice in a while, so.
I know, I wanted to roll
So,
some
yeah,
today.
you've heard of the Wizards of the Fae basically since the beginning. They've been kind of hand in hand with the cult of the dragon.
Yeah, like, aren't they bad guys?
Maybe ask that.
Aren't the Wizards of Fae bad guys? What do you want from me, Amy?
That was wonderful. There's just a long pause and it was like,
is the
character voice.
That was the most. That was the most Clint McElroy switch from regular voice to character voice I've ever seen.
There's a Francis.
Did he? Hold on. No.
No, don't get into it. It's fine.
No, hold on.
No, it's fine.
No, well, it's necessary. Hold on.
Oh, no, it's necessary.
Necessary.
I just have to make sure I get the details right. Hold on.
The sad details we did not know.
He
Well,
had
yeah,
a
after we do
daughter.
the solo Grancis ep, it would be,
You're gonna-
we'd know
you're gonna
all
it
of this.
That's why I couldn't do this before, obviously. Obviously.
Obviously.
Look, guys, he's an amoeba. Single cell.
Oh. Just staring.
I did not. Yeah. I mean, solid, but I was not there.
It's like Tom's Frozen joke from apparently.
Just nobody acknowledged it.
I may not have heard it. I like a good Frozen joke.
Happens
Anyway.
to Tom a lot. I don't know. There's a lot of times when I'm editing through, I'm like, oh, that's a good joke, Tom. Why didn't we laugh? You catch my drift? Not a lot of time for short or long rests.
Oh, no, we
You know
got
what
it.
I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get it. We get it.
Okay.
It's fine. Yeah, where are you from?
I come from the land down under.
That's exactly how you said that.
Are there Vegemite sandwiches down there?
As a matter of fact.
It was probably Itchy Man.
Iskander.
Cathar. What?
Iskander.
Iskander.
Probably just Itchy Man.
Sapporo Ichiban?
Oh, Sapporo.